Greetings, adventurers, to the ADHD&D Academy. I am your host, Stephen Humpenhorn Kerrigan, and with me is a band of adventurers unlike any that have ever been assembled, minus two. We have, um, real quick, we have Jason playing Orez, co-founder of ADHD&D, best friend and bon vivant. Jason playing Orez. Say hello, Jason.
Hi everyone, and also just a quick reminder because I forgot about this until just now. Happy Gary Gygax Day.
Happy Gary Gygax Day.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's his
I didn't even
birthday.
know. Happy birthday, Gary Gygax.
Happy birthday in whatever plane you're traveling now. Well, that's cool. And then we have Ketlin Stoneseeker, played by Michael. Say hello.
Hi, everybody.
And last but certainly least, I, I got to stop making that joke because at a certain point, Dom's going to believe me. Um, uh, just now I'm backpedaling and I'm worried that like anything I is like, oh, now he's like overcorrecting. Like he probably is. It's totally fine.
The trick is
I
going to
Um,
get I
be
get what you mean, Steven. It's fine.
the trick is going to be is I'm going to swap everyone's portraits on the stream, and so that way you're just it's going to be all discombobulated and out of order. You're not going to know who's last, and then if he still says last but not least, last but least, then you know.
Uh, then you know. Great. Well, yeah. So, to address the elephant in the room, as you can see, we have
Nice.
two folks that are away from keyboard right now. Um, as we've mentioned in previous episodes, but for anyone joining us, we are an actual play D&D podcast. Not to imply that other podcasts are not actual play D&D podcasts, but we all have lives and jobs. This is a labor of love. We're not able to dedicate as much time to it as we certainly would like to, but that's not an excuse. What was my original point? My original point was that people call out of D&D sessions. People call out. You have to decide: do you pass the character on, this, that, and the other? As we ramp up and stuff like that, we might have more regular uh, times and people and stuff like that, but we're having fun, so that's really all the point is. And I can't pay anybody yet, so that's also a factor as well. I'm not going to insist on anybody showing up until we get a little bit more off the ground, perhaps. But yeah, so that's that. We are going to, well, yeah, so that's, where are we, right? So you folks have cleared two out of three rooms out of this temple, of which you are trying to cleanse the taint of which it has.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. Please cut that out for the love of God.
We're actually going to
Have
make
you
that the
ever
highlight, and it's going on our TikTok.
have you ever seen somebody drowning and then you just kind of like push them?
The meme of the
I
high
kept
five.
trying to get the sentence back. I should have given up a lot earlier. But no. So your first. This is the Ice Heist Baby's first ever assignment out in the world as freshman adventurers at the Academy of Dungeon Hunters. We are meeting up with you guys. Met up with Dirk with a K, who was also part of your remedial assignment to get out of academic probation. Met up with Billy to cleanse the taint of the temple that's in the wet forest. You were able to reinvestigate the room that you had previously, noticing that the floor was dirt and there was no, like, it just didn't make sense, right? Why would stone walls end in dirt? Um, and you were able to dig down. Part of the loft collapsed, revealing more of the temple underneath. You cleared two of the rooms, finding sort of this story unfolding of these proto-druidic, this ancient society of proto-druids, and then this sort of sunburst pattern on ancient relic armor, ancient relic, redundant phrasing, um on this ancient armor. Although we don't I don't think anyone passed a history check enough to figure out where these things were, where these people were coming from. But that's neither here nor there. So we have. Did we decide who wants to do who? I know
I think I'm gonna play Ragnar.
you got it. Perfect. Okay,
And-
great. Okay, so you guys are in between. Let's go to the map. So this was the dormitory area that you guys were in. Just to refresh everybody's, if you're on the audio only, just to refresh everybody's imagine mental palette. I don't know.
That's called.
My,
Mhm.
do you know what's bad is I forget the actual ADHD thing, which is forgetting words. Like that has a name, and I've forgotten the name of that, which is ironic. But yes, dilapidated wooden structures. They're just ancient wood. This was clearly though the people that maintained the temple. This is clearly where the acolytes would come in and out of. You were able to find uh, an ancient journal from the what was it? Drock. What was the name? Drakthar. Yep. Yep, and yep. Okay. So, Ragnar and Elwyn. Ragnar looking a little out of his depth. Elwyn definitely looking out of his depth. He is um we'll say that Elwyn is completely in his head about like the temple's taint and how it's like I have a curse or something. Um that Evelyn told him about. So,
He's
where
just deep in the taint.
he's
Just
deep in the taint.
all the
Especially when
way
you
mentally deep in the taint.
especially when you have different but resonant taints.
Consumed
They
by
can
it.
amplify each other's effect,
Hmm.
so ass to ass, dust to dust. Okay, we we are, what are we doing? Our scene picks up in the ruins of the temple in the wet forest. Did we discover the name of the temple yet? Even I don't think we did.
Don't
All
think
we
so.
know, it was dedicated to an ancient proto-druid known only as the Worm Caller. Oh yeah, that was that history check where we don't know if Drakthar is the name of the Worm Caller um officially. Okay, so yeah, what are you guys up to? Where do you go next?
Well, we cleared this area, right? We cleansed the life from some people.
Well, they were undead, so
Right. Cleansed.
well within the bounds of moral good.
We return them to the regular dead.
It's not
Yes.
murder if they're already dead.
Yeah, it was okay to kill those people.
Yeah.
So we had previously been looking down the pit that was in one of the rooms that we couldn't see the bottom of. We dropped
right.
we lost another ball bearing, or no, it was a rock we dropped down there that had light on it. We just lost it, and I don't think we were particularly enthused about trying to drop into the pit.
Yeah.
There was some back and forth on whether the pillar in there was floating or if it was just there. I
Right.
don't believe it was
Right.
floating, but seemed to have a solid base.
And if I remember correctly, this was the second room that we cleared. So
Yes.
there is one more offshoot off to the
Technically,
left on our
this
map.
was the third, if we count the one we entered in with the undead birds.
So just to recap real quick,
But yeah, okay.
this is this is where you all came into. This is where you dropped in. So the room had tombs and one door leading out. So then that branch you could go straight. You could go straight ahead, left or right. You went right, and that brought you down into what looked to be like a dungeon, or at least cell, some type of detaining type area. There are still zombies in each of these cells. This is where that pattern, that sunburst pattern on that armor came into play. And then you went in the straight ahead, was to the actual where you're actually at now.
Mhm. So we've been moving counterclockwise through the area as far as we can tell.
Yes, and there's one area left.
So as far as I believe is we had covered just about everything in this room. We had gone through and taken our time to investigate and check everything out that we were willing to. So I don't know if there was anything else you guys wanted to check in.
As a warlock, as Elwyn, am I getting any sort of stronger feeling of curses or taints from below?
Not from below, no, but
Okay.
as you have gone from where the cells are closer to the northern side of this underground structure,
Mhm.
you have felt the taint strengthening.
Okay. Okay.
You wouldn't
It's
believe the pelvic floor on this taint.
it's kind of like right in the middle there.
You
Yeah,
could
yeah.
serve drinks on it, all right?
We're getting closer to the source of the taint. Got it. All right. I'll pass that along as Elwyn.
And it's a strong taint,
Right.
firm. Yeah.
Well, should we go up to try up the other passageway before jumping down this giant endless pit to our deaths?
Yeah, that seems like a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Did we think about the back door? Did we try the back door?
We haven't found the back door yet.
Well, we'll keep looking.
We'll keep looking.
Sometimes the back door is the easier way to get to the tank.
I held it as long as I could. I'm such a child. Okay. Okay. So, heading back into this hallway here, you get to the fork in the road, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys changing anything or prepping anything before heading into this area?
Great question.
I think how long has the party been down here at this point?
Yeah, so two encounters, but encounters don't actually take up that much time.
Yeah.
And we
So
And I
did
think y'all
take a
short
short
rested
rested.
as well, right?
It's true, yes.
oh, right, short rest. Okay, yeah. So short rest happened.
Been down
Yeah.
here at least an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say well with the rest, well short rest is what, 4 hours? No, an hour. So
An
that's
hour,
at least
yeah.
at least an hour. I'd say like 2-3 hours maybe. Because you guys started off in the morning. Like the short rest is kind of like a lunch break, so to speak.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So enough time for possibly a certain middle-aged paladin to have gotten his back into shape.
Oh, that's right.
So yeah, so you guys go when you guys go back, when you decide to take a short rest, you kind of like head back to the entrance of the temple, and Sal can link up with you guys while you're resting.
We left him breadcrumbs last time, so
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, he heard the noise, obviously. Like he's like, oh god, I'd go check that out, but my back.
Okay. Oh God, how do I add him to the thing
Oh,
again?
I will have to do that for you, I think.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yep. But yeah. Dun dun dun. Oh, actually, I might have to take my sentence back because
You should be able to click and drag on the name and drag it onto the map.
Oh, I see. I was clicking and dragging the photo because that made sense to me.
Yep,
mm-hmm.
that's the way it should work, but it's not.
Hey, gang.
Oh,
There's a
hey,
lot of
you made
dead
it. How's your back?
It was good. I just had to, do my downward dogs, help limber it up a little.
Good,
But
good.
things are good. How are you all
Uh,
doing?
Oh, great.
all
We found a
alive?
bunch of zombies. Killed some of them. Don't go down that passageway to the south. There's lots of zombies in cages. We don't need to go back there. Everything's great.
Yeah, this place has been
They're
a
in cages.
bit rough.
Okay. Then yeah, I think we could just head up the northern path then.
Yeah, let's
Yes.
do it.
And just
Cool.
to give everyone a heads up, as we're going through, just doing a quick check on everyone's resources for the day, because even with a short rest,
Yeah.
to get us through a couple of the fights, I know I'm low on magic ability at the moment. Only a few spell slots left. Translation to in-game.
Yep. Elwin still has 2 healing light. He's got a healing pool. So he can do 2 more d6s of healing.
And I have a full set of lay on hands, so 10 HP I can toss out.
Jen, how's everyone looking health-wise, or fatigue and health-wise?
10 out of 15.
Ragnar's 11 out of 19.
So not the height of where we like to be. So
Yeah, and Elwin's got some hurt too. He's down 5.
Oof.
So as long as we don't get hit anymore, we should be fine.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
just everyone be aware of your exits and be prepared to run away.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Oh, I also
Sounds smart.
have cure wounds, but I kind of feel like it might be important for Sal to hold his spell slots for smites because of the types of enemies that y'all have been seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely want to hold the channel calling upon my god to emergencies only, since I used it early last time and then could have really come in handy against the onslaught of zombies.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Then okay, I can. Who's the most hurt? I could give out like half of my lay on hand, so like 5 HP. Spread it out a bit, just to give some people a little extra breathing room.
I'm almost wondering if we want to double back to the crypt we entered in and try to use another short rest just to get those hit points back, but I don't know how much time we'd be able to just hang out down here.
I don't think I have any more hit die for a short rest.
That'll do her.
I think I burned all mine.
Okay.
Did I?
Perhaps we forge ahead and be prepared.
Okay, we can just keep going.
Okay. So you guys approach the northern area, and what you see is a door. So it's the hallway. This is the same thing, but we actually my lighting features were not working correctly in Dungeon Alchemist, and I waited too late to prep. And as opposed to fixing it during the intervening 2 weeks, I chose to not. So you guys can't see into the room, but there is a door.
Stick with the plan. Gotta go up to the door and listen. Do I hear anything in there?
Go ahead and give me a perception check, please.
Perception. 7.
7. If it's one of those things where you are listening so intently, there's almost a vibration that you're like, oh, is that it, it's like you can hear something and you are not 100% convinced whether or not it's coming from the room or it's just people shuffling behind you.
Is that my heartbeat?
Exactly. Yeah.
Mhm. Well, I can't tell if there's anything in here, guys. I don't hear anything for sure, but maybe.
Is it locked?
I try the handle.
It opens.
Are there any traps?
Well, are you,
I tried the handle. I didn't push yet.
You can check for traps, sure. We might want to go ahead and do I was about to do a thief check, but all right, yeah. Just perception.
Okay. 15.
15. You see that there are no traps.
Okay. I will
Like
slowly.
based on the joining of like, because you know what traps look like, so you can see like based on the stonework and the door and the frame, you're like, there's nowhere to put a trap here. It would be like, and then you do that like little thing where it's like, I am gonna so gently open this, and like you do that like little, are there any wires? And you're like, we're clear, we're good.
And I slowly open the door.
Okay. So you open the door, go ahead, and you guys can move your tokens into the room while I describe what you see. So, opening this room, one of the things you notice first is that light is coming into the door. Previously, everything has been dark, and you've been relying on that light spell. But now you are able to see that this room is entirely lit. And on either side, flanking the room itself, are these grates that they're basically vents that go down into this like nothingness kind of abyss that mimics what you've seen previously. Beyond each of them, though, is a grate that is like a iron bar door that has one of these like huge looking arcane magic, like magical technology merging together, um locks with a very stereotypical looking keyhole on either side of the room, on the right and left, opposite the not opposite to the left and right as you walk in. And the rooms that are beyond the grates are like Scrooge McDuck kind of style, fooled with gold. In the middle of the room, you can see there's regularly spaced columns that are holding up the ceiling. There are four rows. Sorry, there are. I guess it just depends on how you're looking at the room, but it's a 4x3 series of benches that are facing a statue of this very, I don't like, it's not quite sinister, but it's like full of like righteous divine anger authority. So like if you're thinking like Drudge Crawd Frollo from Hunchback, like you wouldn't be far off, but it's not emanating evil. It's just emanating like inflexible power of whatever. Beyond that, there is a wide hallway, wider than any other room or hallway that you've seen so far by a factor of 3, going down into these massive double doors. Um, and you see a repeating mosaic that is leading the way there, and it's a repeating pattern based on the 4 element theme that you guys are familiar with. This type of society, these proto druids, very balanced elemental, but also like nature's wrath is equally in there. So that is what you see in front of you.
Holy crap, that's a lot of gold. Can we take that?
That is honestly, I don't see a reason not to if we can get into it safely, but it's a lot. I doubt we could take all of it.
What are the chances it's cursed? High, right? It's probably good.
Probably pretty good.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
gonna do some divine senses in this room. I'll be
Solid
sure to check the gold
70-30.
at some point.
So that is what I'll say as well, is that no roll needed. Is that as you have been walking down this hallway, the taint has been getting like oppressive. It is starting to like cloy the air and feel like this pressure that is on top of you, making it like it feels like it's like a little bit difficult to move a little bit. um and yes, it is emanating. As you open the door and come in, it is centered on this statue that is in front of you, holding this like arcane type orb that is dripping this like green, like it's like vibrant but also decaying at the same time, like viscous kind of liquid that as it drips and is going towards the floor sort of like evaporates into this like smoke and kind of dissipates into the air.
Gross.
And there's a plaque that's a little bit that's on the actual statue itself that you need to get closer to read.
Um, Sal will go up and read it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
tell the
So
group.
that's-
Freeze that air. That
stay
doesn't look like
close.
clean air.
How
Yeah.
how close are you getting?
It just, however, I'll walk forward carefully, I guess, but I want to just get close enough to be able to read the text.
Yeah, I am actually going to readjust. Oh, are you taking up more than a square? What's going on?
Why am I so big?
I don't know. I fixed it. Okay. Yeah. So as you're able to walk up, you can see that the statue is entitled "The Font of Leia's Tears."
Tears?
Leia.
Leia's tears.
Do we know who that is?
Any?
You can roll me a history check. Your
My
DC
history.
is high. This DC is very high, FYI.
Is it 7?
It's not.
Definitely not gonna get this. Come on.
Yeah, no, you need at least a 15 for sure. Okay.
I got a 0.
You are 100% sure Leah is one of the other students, and this is like some weird school thing.
I know her. Guys, we know her.
I don't think we do, man. I really don't think so.
I'm pretty sure I know her. I don't know.
I'm
You have
pretty
like
sure
that
I don't-
complete
I
dad
don't
energy
know-
that's just like, I don't know. I think I am. Sounds familiar.
I don't know
Okay.
if I've got time to really
Dive into that.
really dissect this, but I very much doubt it.
And you guys will also notice that Billy is the swamp puppy is looking murder at the statue.
Oh.
Hmm.
What
is
do you
it,
see,
boy?
Billy? Is it alive?
You see, like the idea that it's alive causes more alarm with Billy.
Mm-hmm.
Is the orb a part of the statue, or does it seem to be something like placed in the hand of the statue?
It is placed within the fingers of the statue so that it forms a cage around the orb, but it doesn't look to be a part of the statue.
But difficult to take out. Like it's caged in there.
The stone has caged it such that you think like the fingers are intertwined such
Oh.
that there's no way to like pull it out without breaking off the fingers. So you imagine it was somehow shaped or moved in there.
Or he was alive and then he got turned to stone while he was holding the thing.
Well, it's yeah, stone, sure. It appears to be stone.
Wait, is it not stone?
We don't know if it's stone.
Not
It's a
touching that
statue.
thing.
It's
Ragnar
like one.
is-
He also has a hat with like asking for money. So you put the. Anyway,
Well, if it's stone, we can just have Ragnar smash it.
True.
Hmm.
It feels pretty evil. I don't know if we
Yeah.
want to just start with hitting it.
Yeah, hard to decide. I think we need to investigate a little further on what's going on here. If there's
Yeah.
any other clues or
Yeah.
else we might be able to use to figure out what.
I think
Well,
Catelyn is, as people are looking at the statue, is being drawn a little bit by the gold, and she's definitely not going to touch anything, but she's just getting a little closer and wants to take a closer look at the gold, and maybe we
Sure.
can get to it.
Yeah, absolutely. How close are you gonna get to this gold?
That far to start with, at least.
Okay. Yeah, it is. It is. There is not a speck of dust anywhere in that room. It is, and I say Scrooge McDuck, but it's like it's organized in after a fashion. Like it is stacks of gold, not like a pile of gold. So like the room is full, but it is like varying like stacks. Nothing is like knocked over or like haphazardly placed.
Is it
And
only coins, or is it
well,
also like
exactly. So then there's other things like within that like you can see there's like a brass like clockwork like jewelry box type thing in there. There are like golden weapons looking type things, ceremonial type gems. So like there's a whole bunch of stuff in there, but there's no room for anything else in that room. Like it's regimentally organized, but just gold stuff, accoutrements, scepters, anything you can think of is probably within that room somewhere or the other one.
Scotland has definitely never seen royal vaults full of money, but this is a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I'm trying to phrase the question as Catelyn, like, is this more money than the king would have? Like, is this an insane amount of money, or is this like, oh, somebody wealthy was down here?
Yeah, this would be an amount. Well, I don't know if Catelyn would be able to. In her mind, there is a level of wealth that includes like the highest nobility, countries, all sorts of things. And she would imagine that like this is the amount of gold that they would have to have. You would just have to be able to buy anything at any like to fund a war. Would it actually be that much? I don't know if Catelyn would be able to like make that sort of connection.
But this might be a city's worth or a country's worth of gold,
Right.
all in one place.
Yeah.
So
That's
as
crazy.
we're looking at this stuff, or as kind of just like shivers really quick and just says to the rest of the group, like, what does a proto druid have need for this much gold?
I don't know. And like,
They
how
said
is
it was
it
the
hidden down here?
worm
How do you
collar,
lose
right?
this much gold?
You don't think this belongs to a dragon, do you?
I hope not.
Yeah, I hope not as well.
Hey,
Um,
dragons is nature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, really dangerous nature.
Very pointy, sharp, fire-breathing nature.
That can talk to you.
Yeah.
I think Sal is gonna go kind of look at the mosaic on the other side of the statue, kind of like give the statue a wide berth to go around.
Okay, how wide of a berth?
Like, I'm gonna go like here
Okay,
and then cut through.
yeah, absolutely.
Keeping around 5 feet away from it at all times.
Yeah.
Hypothetically speaking, long enough to not get a reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you give it a very wide berth. Even with the wide berth that you give it, it's one of those things where it's like you have to check a couple times to make sure it's not looking at you or that it didn't like turn to look at you, because like for whatever reason, like when you can just kind of like feel attention on you, it was like one of those moments of like uh okay. You get to the mosaic and it is this like the floor, the tile itself, what looked like pearlescent or like very shiny tile. As you get closer, you realize it is actually tiles that are made of gems, semi-precious stones. So you
Yikes.
have like emerald, topaz, ruby, sapphire, and they're done in like it is mosaic, so they're like very small square tiles that are like all done together to form one bigger thing. But it is like like yes, the gold is a lot, but like the wealth in this floor alone, now that you're closer and seeing that it's stone, what Oris's comment earlier just rings like to the forefront of your mind of like, what if this is a dragon? Because now we're like, what the hell's going on?
I think I'm gonna use my divine sense just to get an idea of like, because I know the stone ruins that we saw in the wet forest were evil. I want to use my divine sense, kind of targeting like the gems and the gold in the corner to see if the materials, aside from the statue itself, I can already tell.
Right.
But I want to get an idea if these materials are infused with evil somehow.
Yeah, absolutely. It is the statue is only amplified by the tiles themselves. So when you've come in, your divine sense, as we talked about before, is this sort of like odor that like happens, and like the gold on either side of the room reeks like it is like it's you would be asking Sal to like jump into a sewer if to go into either of those rooms. The statue itself is more of like a sharp like scent of like it's more targeted evil, whereas like the gold is just sort of like infecting anything around it. And then the tile itself is a merger of these two things, right? It is like the tile itself is emanating this evil, but it because it is shaped stone, it is the flow of the energy. You realize just with divine sense, I won't make you do a check, sort of a workaround for someone else doing a check, is the mosaic is laid out in this regular type of pattern to actually channel the elemental energy that is naturally occurring in this room. So you realize that if you were to reverse engineer the flow from the taint, it would um it's coming off of this magical energy. So like the reason it's getting stronger is you are getting closer to the source of this elemental energy that has been corrupted for an evil purpose.
Hmm.
Is it flowing towards or away from the statue?
It's getting it's getting pulled. So the statue's a focal point that the tiles are then channeling the energy down into this room at the end of the thing. But like it's sort of like naturally pulling like the like high low pressure system of like mana and elemental energy is like flowing towards, and then as it's getting closer and closer to the statue, it's picking up, and then it's sort of being directed after that point into a certain balance and structure and composition of the different elemental energies.
Gotcha. So it
Mhm.
seems like the statue itself is generating a bunch of mana, and then the structure of the room and the tiles makes it usable for a specific evil purpose.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
How much of that do you explain to us?
I think I explained the whole thing as I understand it. Yeah, statue's bad, and then this is like connecting that power and organizing it for something. So it makes me
And the
think
gold is evil?
the gold is evil.
That's too bad. Because
Don't
I
touch
can get
evil.
in there.
How evil?
How evil is it?
Too evil.
Okay,
However evil
but
you are thinking that would be okay enough, it is 7 times that.
oh. Huh. Okay.
Whatever your personal acceptance
It's
of
higher
evil
than that.
is, it's more.
Just beyond that.
Whatever it is.
Huh. Okay. Okay.
So this makes me think before we get into that other room, there's going to be some powerful channeling of all this magic. Maybe we want to disrupt that before we go in there.
Yeah. How would we do that though?
So the organization of the tiles is what's helping to channel it. So we could disrupt the organization, or maybe we could destroy the source or move it. Like if we could get the orb out of here, then there's nothing for the tiles to channel. Or if we break the channeling, then like the magic is less usable, I think.
Or it would all just like build up in here if it's being channeled
What
out.
happens to the energy then?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. What were the tiles in the floor were just down into nothing, right?
The tiles on the mosaic or the those are
Like
grates.
around
Those are
yeah,
great.
that's
The
what I meant.
metal into the void. Mhm. The video game developer did not render that part of it yet.
Yeah.
I
Got it.
don't know if we're gonna be able to make a educated guess on what to do about this until we investigate further, which will be dangerous, but I
Yep.
think less dangerous than possibly cracking open this bad vibes orb.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Is this a statue down here on the bottom?
Yes, there is a statue there.
Who is it a statue of?
It is of a satyr who is holding his hands up in supplication to the heavens. The plaque has been worn smooth.
Ooh.
Like people touch it? Huh.
Yeah, because you notice like the vent area that is symmetrical to this room. There is this one section here that for audio
Yeah.
folks, the room is not 100% symmetrical, which is in a temple dedicated to balance. I'm sure that sticks out, right?
Mhm.
But there is a area of differently tiled floor near the room with the gold. So the room with the gold is locked up, whereas this one seems to have a path to it. Um, and but it there's an inexplicable design choice here. Um, that I don't know if I can just tell you the reason
Right.
for without. um,
Did I, with my divine sense, because I think that statue is in range, did I get a similar evil vibe from the statue?
um, go ahead and give me a perception. Actually, I'll take religion. I'll take religion or perception.
I'm gonna do or is perception? Perception. 13.
Okay, 13. So, since you know what, since you came to this side of the room, what I'll say is that, what else? I don't know why I keep doing that. Fuck it. What I'll say is that you are closer to this side of the room, so a 13 is enough for you to realize that under this like noxious evil smell that is completely like overriding your divine sense as a level 2 paladin, you're still getting used to this whole thing. There is like this like hint of something like a fresh scent in it that's like a gust of cool wind on you're like, oh thank god, anything other than this thing. And you realize there it is coming from that statue, so that this statue is not evil, might not necessarily be good, but in comparison is not evil to the rest of the room.
Okay.
And it's as I mentioned, for those, it's a goat figure who is holding his hands up in supplication in the robes of the druidic, the proto druids that you saw previously in the dorm.
I sure. Okay, so the statue smells okay. So I think that is the one good thing in this room.
And it looks like lots of people have touched it. Should we touch it?
Sure.
I think it, at the very least, warrants a closer investigation.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be too afraid of touching the statue. I'd be afraid of touching the one in the center.
Yeah, that one looks bad.
How big is the
Yeah,
statue? Is it just like life size, or
it's about 15 feet tall. So that's the other thing that's unique about this room I forgot to mention, is the ceilings are much higher than what it was previously, to the sense that like, how is this underground? From like thinking about like where you came from to here, like
bigger on the
it
inside?
doesn't.
We didn't go 15 feet down.
Well, you could have, but it's just like it's just
Weird.
odd. I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe I'm overthinking it.
Yeah.
But so as you guys are exploring this room, if you want to run different checks on different things, let me know. But we'll just sort of take it for granted that you do not come within 5 feet of this statue in the middle, right?
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay. Well, because I don't want to hypothetically have to. Anyway. Okay. So the statue that you guys are down here, let's go ahead and let everyone run a check on it. Um, you 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 get 2 help actions from, well, you'll get a help action from Dirk with a K if if you need it.
I
don't
believe
think
we
you'll
agreed that it would be called collaborate action.
collaborate. Sorry.
And I will also
Well,
cast guidance on
are you
Saul.
guys asking Dirk to join the Ice Heist babies? At this point, it's a collective. Not
I mean, he doesn't have to be an official member to be an honorary.
okay. So what's the name of your supporter group? It's the Ice Ice babies and the Ice Ice. I don't know, something.
Ice
Ice Heist Associates.
toddlers.
Yeah. Um. Okay. Yeah. So, what sorts of checks are we gonna run on this satyr type statue?
What can Ragnar do?
Yeah. Trying to look through Elwin's stuff too to see if he has anything cool.
Ragnar do? I don't know what kind of check this would be, but I feel like Ragnar would want to investigate the stone, like get an understanding of what it's made of.
Absolutely. So we'll have Ragnar run a investigation.
Okay.
Nice.
You know what I gotta do? I gotta put this screen. Sorry, one second. This is becoming tiresome. Cool. Okay, Ragnar. Yeah, it's stone for sure.
Cool.
Nice. Nice.
Like 100% stone.
Is he sure?
This is made out of rock. And he's pointing at one of the lamps. That's an active flame, Ragnar. That's it.
Can Elwin make an Arcana check to try and figure out what kind of magic is happening here?
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll me Arcana.
4.
4. So it might be due to your lack of elven upbringing, but regardless, you're still allowed. You're still in tune on an instinctual level to seasons and that type of thing. So for oh wait, sorry, I was thinking of was that you were rolling for Elwin, not
That was Elwin.
Catelyn.
Yep.
My apologies. So okay, for Elwin, yeah, it's he has well, so he's only grown up in this secluded tribe of elves that have a specific divine purpose as far as his education goes. So this is just wrong to him, though it's not in alignment with his tribe sort of deific historic cultural process, but it's not antagonistic is what he'll sense towards him anyway.
Okay.
And then I guess Sal actually isn't very good at religion, but maybe he could help Orez with the religion check, or somebody else make a religion check.
Well, let's
Yep.
just go ahead and have everybody roll their check, and then we'll sort of like aggregate all the information so that way.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I think
Because
Catelyn's-
I'll over talk on each.
Sure.
16's good. Were
Mine-
you giving the help, Torres?
Oh yeah, I was just gonna give the help, but then he just rolled the 1. But then I also rolled and it was bad. So
Okay.
oh well.
Is that everybody?
And I think Catelyn is going to do something a little bit different.
Okay.
Is the statue looking down, or is look like? Can she catch the eye of the statue?
How? Oh, I see what you
Like,
mean.
will it look at her?
You no, not without climb. You couldn't catch the eye in the sense of make eye contact, but you could see the eyes of the statue because it's looking up, but it's at like a 45-degree angle, not like a straight up, not like a 90. Yeah.
I think she's gonna say to everyone, "Should I touch it before we, or we want to?" Okay, no, I don't want to touch it. Never mind. She's gonna get. No, she's gonna climb up into its eye line and like try and meet its gaze and like do a little like hi. See what happens.
How are you getting, are you like jumping up? Like how are you getting within its eye range?
Either
Climbing onto the statue?
No, not touching the statue yet. either by like climbing one of the pillars nearby, if that would work, or like doing a run up the wall and jump.
Okay. Yeah, so you're able to like do like a little wall step to just gain enough height to like make eye contact with a statue. As you make eye contact with the statue, you see a flash in the actual eyes itself. Like a quick little like lens flare type looking thing. Go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw.
Hell. Sure. Wisdom save +0.
You need a 10. You need to beat a 10.
It's not rolling in the thing, so I gotta do it over here. I got a natural 1. So 1.
Okay. Take 1d4 psychic damage, please.
Okay.
As you jump up
Ooh.
and make eye contact, this flash happens across the eyes, and you instantly lose consciousness in this sort of like overwhelming sense of you get a flash of this like information trying to enter your brain that because of the volume of information you like as a protection method your brain like knocks itself out, and so you come to like right away, but like you as soon as you make eye contact it's flash, and then um flash, and then you come to on the floor. Everyone like people rush over to see if you're okay and everything like that, but what happens is that this information that tried to enter your head, even though you failed, you get the name of the statue as Leah, that this was a person alive.
This is Leah.
Right.
Okay. Then yeah, Catelyn on the ground, like, holy shit.
And you have
It's
a nose
Leah.
going. Like fuck.
Like, it's Leah. It like spoke it. I like its eyes flashed and I knew it's Leah.
It those creatures you fought when you first came down here said like they were cockatrices, right? And they could like start to freeze you.
They were petrifying. Yeah,
They were petrifying.
the petrification effect was happening to you guys in that fight. Yep.
Mhm.
So this could have been someone who got on the wrong end of those cockatrices.
Or something way worse. Yeah. Um.
Did it
Hmm.
seem like it wanted to hurt you, or it like inadvertently hurt you just now?
I don't know. Did it seem malicious or just overwhelming?
Yeah, you didn't get any intent, good or bad. It was like you tried to start a download that you did not have the throughput for.
Yeah.
Because like it like the statue didn't attack you. You went out of your way to make eye contact.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, so I don't think there's that like if it was malicious, it would be more like trap focused or more like intent of like it would be looking at the door. So like you would accidentally make eye contact with it.
And she'll just say, "No, I don't think it was malicious. I think it just I don't know. Maybe it's just scared."
Sal will go touch the statue then. I think if we already did all of our checks.
Absolutely. Okay, so
Did we?
sorry?
Sorry, did we do all the checks?
Well, the information from the checks, what else was oh sorry, no, we didn't. Religion, this, that, and the other. Um so da, 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 da. Where's my here it is. Okay, so yeah, for 16, what you've beat, especially with the conjecture that you've been able to do just as a PC. You've more than beat the check that's needed. This is clearly the proto druid. Never you realize now as you're looking through these journals and these motifs and the hallways showing this like story of these heroic proto druids like taking the place of these like sunburst pattern type paladinish, very, giving the paladin vibe, not that they are paladins, but you realize that the entire situation might be flipped, and that they, these were the ones that were the oppressing people, and the proto druids were actually more akin to like paladins, and they were using like the earth was giving resources to them to tear down this order. And that the other thing you notice on that 16 is that this is what the key piece that you beat, um is that nowhere in any of the journals are any of the proto druids referenced as human. So this could be a draconic order of druidic dragon and dragonkin that maybe just want the law of nature to rule as opposed to civilization, as they put it.
Okay. But so this would imply that this guy or Leah who's frozen was not a member of the proto druids.
Well, that's the confusion, is that she is wearing the armament,
Mm. So it could have
the
been a
robes and
schism.
vestment of, yeah.
Okay. Well, with all that, I'll just plop my hands on the area where it looks like it got like the
Yeah,
black
you
dot
see,
rubbed out.
you see there's definitely a clear path of where, of as people are walking past the statue, they drag their hand across it. And as you drag your hand across it, the feeling of evil drops by a noticeable margin, and you feel this radiant divine energy filling you up, and you have been blessed. So you are under the blessed condition now. So
Oh,
go ahead and add that. And there's a very, very faint whisper of something that you can't quite make out, that I would encourage a perception check for.
okay. Let me try that. Be good. No. 5.
Yeah, it's just this comforting sort of like almost noise that like almost, it's like a sound that almost resonates, it almost resolves into a word, but it doesn't quite get there, but it's like a very comforting feeling that comes over you.
Mm.
Yeah.
I just tell the rest of the party that was good. It smells like caramel apples.
Yeah, I think seeing him do that, Catelyn will walk up to the statue and place her hand on it a little bit and say, "Leia, are you in there?" As she
So
touches it.
a similar feeling happens to you, and you are now under the blessed condition as well. Um, Go ahead and give me a perception. It's a high perception. Warning. Warning. Warning.
Warning.
14.
Yep.
So, yeah, you're able to definitely get the sense of somebody whispering something to you, but it's in a language that oh, wait, hold on. You know what? No. Because you made eye contact with the statue,
Mhm.
you are able to understand parts of this word, parts of this phrase, in the sense of um what seasonal form is Catelyn in right now? Autumn still?
Yep.
Okay. So you'll hear this whisper. It's like, "Be blessed, fair
She talked to me. She talked to me. She said, "Be blessed, fair one."
one." Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that means, but she talks. I think this is a person.
Do you want? Go ahead and give me history.
All right. 8.
8. Yeah. So the fair ones would be an ancient reference to elves.
Sure.
Mhm.
It felt good, I think, at least. So it feels nicer in here now that I touched it.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is true as well. Everyone want to get a blessing?
Everyone's
Think so.
get in
Let's go.
line.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Someone want to help Belle?
So what sort of everyone can go through no problem, or as you can go through no problem as well, but I will ask the question of what is your deity's stance on you receiving blessings from ancient forgotten deities?
Well, my deity is the deity of peace, so anything that would be of benefit to peace, I believe they would be all for.
Okay, so
We're
go
certainly
ahead.
not going to have any
Go
conflict
ahead.
with it.
Give me, so as Orez goes up to touch it, go ahead and give me a religion saving throw.
Religion saving throw.
No, 6.
A 6. Okay, so you as you touch this statue, at first there is this easement of the evil sense, but you were already kind of distant from it as well, being being sort of like a font of divine energy already. Is that it divine energy can't impact you because you are already full, so to speak. Not that it can't impact you, but that's just sort of like you have this like natural sort of built-in defense to it. um as you go to touch this statue, this sense of like everyone got this easement to the evil and you got that as well, but there's this tone to it where it is a disregard for life other than life, so that it is like the tsunami as well as the firestorm in addition to the gentle breeze, whereas the statue in the middle is all the powerful aspects of nature, which is imbalanced. So that's what you sense with your religion check when you get it, but the blessing does go through.
Okay. Well, now what should we do? Wait, I'm blessed. Can I take the gold now? What do you guys think? Can I have some gold?
I don't think it's a good idea.
Are you sure though?
I'm pretty sure. It still smells bad. You smell like caramel apples right now. That's a good
Oh.
smell.
Thanks.
You know what? I was gonna say that earlier. I'm so glad you said caramel because somebody made fun of me for saying it that way. It
Caramel?
was like it's caramel, and I was like,
Ah.
that feels too long.
Like
It's
all words are
caramel,
made up.
right? Yeah, well, that too, but but that begs the question: what is it supposed to be? I'm gonna keep saying caramel because
Depends where you're from.
Yep.
that's true too. Cool. All right, yeah. So you guys have a blessing. Do you guys, if this statue is, if the statue I hit in the corner is a blessing, what do you think the statue in the middle is? Go ahead and touch it.
No. Well, should we? Okay, so you don't think we can take the gold? Fine. Should we go check out the double doors? It's gonna
can
be
check-
bad. We know it's gonna be bad, right?
Not
We
going to be
have to check out
good,
the double
but
doors eventually. I still think that there might be some value in disrupting the pattern they have for channeling all this evil magic.
Okay.
But if
So the-
y'all think that that's too risky of a play, then we don't have to.
So my thoughts on that is there'd be two obvious ways we can see to disrupt the energy, and that's impacting the container that's holding the energy and disrupting the pattern. Disrupting the container is a bad idea because we don't know how powerful this thing is or what's going to happen, and disrupting the channel it's the floor. I don't think we can move floorboards around very easily.
No, but we can break them.
Yeah.
We got a guy with a big hammer.
Again, we're going to the breaking thing, which could lead to all sorts of bad stuff,
Well,
including
maybe we can just move the stones.
Gems
like-
are just fancy rocks.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Is that
That's
Dirk
right.
or Ragnar?
That's Ragnar. Dirk's over here.
Mhm.
Ragnar's right here. I don't know how he actually does the voice, but
They got those are some shiny rocks. We
Yeah.
could
I
put our
think we
rock
just-
smashing guy on smashing them.
I don't think we know enough.
Well, maybe they're not glued down. Maybe we can just like move them around. I
That's
haven't
true.
touched them yet.
Yeah, I just smelled them. We could try moving them around.
I think we need to figure out what it's channeling to before we try and mess with anything.
Should I go listen at the door?
We know not what we do.
Yeah, so you can go over to the big double doors. Go ahead and give me a perception at them bad boys.
It was over here, right?
Yeah.
Perception. 4.
It's quiet, man. It's all
I
quiet.
don't hear anything in here.
No, it's a similar situation than before. Is like these are giant temple doors, and it's like I don't know if sounds like it'd have to be pretty loud to get through.
I don't hear a dragon breathing.
Just to clarify, are you saying you know how a dragon breathing sounds?
No, I'm just assuming it sounds heavy breathing.
Okay.
I assume it sounds like a dog breathing really heavily.
Dragon
it sounds
anatomy
like,
is
it
more
sounds
of
like
an
a big,
advanced class, so I wasn't sure if you'd sign up
sounds
for
like a big
AP.
horse. I heard a
Yeah.
I heard a dragon snore once. Sounds like a big horse sawing a log.
Wait, you heard a dragon once?
Yeah, man, scary as shit. I'll tell you that.
Where was that?
I don't remember.
Was it in this swamp? I'm gonna punch you squarely in the nose if it was in this swamp.
Well, you don't tell him that beforehand.
Was it in this swamp? I don't. That's
So
what's
wet
that
forest?
word? Swamp.
Forest?
No, I don't think it was in the wet forest. It could have been.
I'm gonna need you to remember real
I'll-
quick.
Let me think on it. Natural one.
I'm gonna punch that dude right in the nose.
Yeah. No, I don't. Nah, it was like it was somewhere with much more like it was like a forest, but
Uh-huh.
it was like wet. But not like this wet forest. It was like a different one.
So you heard a dragon breathing in a wet forest somewhere.
Well, it was more like I was asleep and then I heard like coming up from the ground like a and I was like, oh goodness gracious me. I hope that dragon don't eat me. And then I went right back to bed.
I'm gonna turn to everyone else and be like, so that was here, right?
Just shrugs.
Okay.
Like I got nothing with this guy.
All right. So are we just opening the door? Not gonna mess with the tiles first?
Yeah.
Fucking let's take on a dragon at level 2. You guys open the door?
Gonna at least have to try and peek in, I think.
Good and good and good. Okay.
Okay. Ragnar is gonna station up, not right by the door, but like by the crystals to smash down if needed.
Okay. Let me oops. Let me pull your tokens.
Or people.
Your people.
I don't like this man.
No,
I don't like how he looks.
no, I don't either.
That's
He's
not
too
good for
bendy.
me.
Mm-mm.
All right, if you guys could move how you want, I'll grab people as I can. Okay. Yeah, so you open the door and we're going to have to pull one of these, aren't we? Boom. Okay. Okay, you open these giant double doors that open into this hallway, and we didn't ignore the little hallway part because I didn't do the tiles, but as the mosaic pattern carries on, and as it gets closer and closer to this doorway, you see the lights become a little bit less illumination, like they're not as bright, and it's dimming as if it's like losing power, but it's not dimming as if it's losing power, but as if that light is changing into a darker color that is emanating like black light, but not like, I don't mean like a black light, I mean like the light is black that's being emanated from it, which is creating like a little bit of a haze on the floor. And when you open the doors and go into this room, you see that the tiles have almost completely changed now into this like dark necrotic energy that keeps going up towards this altar. Um, which, speaking of, at the end of the room, you see this massive statue of this one. If the room before was 15 feet, this is now 30. So you see this massive statue at the back of this being, that humanoid being with complete, like, but he has like fringe and flare, like a lizard around his eyes and his mouth, and it looks like somebody that's in the process of turning into a dragon, that is holding this orb with like this look of fervor. And facing the statue is a figure that looks like the statue that was out there, looking up to him, and you hear him chanting to the statue. Where's my chant? Oh no.
I mean, that's an odd thing to chant.
Where'd it go? Where's my chant? Where's the fuck? I just had it.
Where's
Every
my
fucking
chant?
every
Where's
fuck
my chant?
every fucking day with this shit. It's in a different section of my Word document. Or is it? Because it's not here. Oh no. Did it not save? Stand by.
We apologize for the technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties of me. Oh no. Oh no. This is not good.
Everybody take 5.
No, I know where I put it. I know where I put it. Did I? Do I? Yeah, so how are your characters doing?
Bad.
How's that? Here it is. Here's the section. Okay. Yeah. So figures holding his arms up in supplication to the statue, and you hear a chant, Ashra, Vashra, Kashra, Uim, Ashra, Vashra, Kashra, Uim, Ashra, Vashra, Kashra, Uim. And it just repeats and repeats and repeats.
Is this an actual person or is it a statue talking to a statue?
It looks like a person. Well, it's a humanoid it's a robed humanoid figure, so you don't know if it's a human, whatever, but
Okay.
it is a humanoid with this, although I guess you'd be able to see his hands. So from all intents, for all intents and purposes, you are looking at a robed dragonkin holding his arms up in supplication to a figure that is not a dragonkin, in supplication.
Okay.
Yeah. Grab a hold of Saul and Ketlin just by the back of their garbs, like, he looks busy. We should just maybe show ourselves out.
I kind of love like how this like kind of adventure ends, of like you open the door, you see like this, and you go, we're gonna call this one in.
Back away slowly.
Absolutely. So is everyone going into the room?
Are we standing next to webs here? Are these webs?
Yes, there are spider webs in this room. And then so in regularly spaced columns going up and down the left and right side are sarcophaguses as well, as you can see. There
That's a
are
good sign.
2, 4, 6, 7 on each side.
And are these torches like fire?
Yes.
Okay.
Fully lit. Yes. Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, he seems like he's doing bad stuff. We should probably stop
Does
that.
Gonna look
Does the-
back at
taint feel bad in here?
Oh yeah. It was, you kind of with the blessing, it's not as pervasive to you, and it's really good that you guys did that before going in here, because I have mechanics. But but to say, it's like, it is the taint is now throbbing with energy and vitality, but
Sure.
it is not reaching you as bad as it could have, because you have this blessing from this statue I tucked in a corner that you noticed.
I'm gonna take a
Okay.
quick look at Bill's reaction as we start moving into the room.
If he was a dog, his tail would be in between his legs, and he doesn't want to be here.
Mhm.
Mhm. Okay. I think we gotta rush in and do something here.
Okay.
I gotta
Rush.
do
All
something.
right. Are we just fighting? Are we going to talk to him? What do we think, guys?
Does someone want to try and Ellen, do you want to try and maybe like sneak in on the side while I try and talk to him and get his attention?
So
Sure. That's not my character. I don't see why not.
just real quick before we react, any reason to believe that we would understand the language he's speaking, or just
Well,
like sizing up the intent here?
you've heard two of the words before.
Do we know what they mean, though?
Yes, because you've heard them before and you passed that check. So I'm sure you just look in your notes and you'll see the meaning right there.
Of course we will.
So Ashra was on the block that was in the test, and it was powerful indeed to move the very earth.
Yep.
The check was that, you know, what is this thing? And you kind of learned that an Ashra is like one who, and that if you put it onto another word, it is like, oh, it's like a guy who does X. Like different languages have suffixes that have that sort of effect. Vashra you saw as well in the wet forest, referencing one who moves water. So the only two you don't know are Kashra and Oim.
Okay.
Okay.
So maybe didn't we learn at some point that the water is being this wasn't always a swamp?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So maybe it's a swamp because of this guy, but that doesn't really matter right now because we need to do something about him, maybe, or run away.
Honestly, good with either.
Yeah, and we're still. Do we get an idea that like the magic from the tiles in the other room is getting pulled in here? Like now that we're in a
Yes.
room.
So the tiles have changed now. So the energy that was, so this darkness is creeping from here forward.
Mm-hmm.
So the taint is growing. Now it hadn't reached, like, it's about halfway. So you guys could leave. Like, it's not, whatever process is happening here has not completed. But it definitely, like, the change is that you noticed is the door has like crossed the taint has crossed this threshold now. So it's now like having a greater impact on the creatures around it, of which Billy is now being more sensitive to. So
Yeah, this is
Okay.
the this is what we've come to cleanse.
if you
Yeah.
want, yeah, if you want to pass the assignment, you have to cleanse the taint. But you could
Okay.
leave. There wouldn't be any, you know, it's not like the world's gonna end if you leave.
Just a quick check on the room while this guy's still
But
distracted. Does
also,
anyone speak Draconic?
but also, just real quick to let you guys know this, that like campaign wise, that is a viable option of going back to the school saying like, we found fucking dragons, like we can't do that, like you know, you like, we need reinforcements or something. Now you haven't found any dragons, but I'm just saying, like, moving forward in like, don't feel like everything you come up against, like, you're like, well, we gotta figure this out. In this instance you do for the assignment, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's plausible that we walk into a place that will kill us.
this is sandboxy open world. You could, yeah, you could cross the wrong, I'm probably not gonna like
And
pull a trick on you guys, but if you make enough
Right.
wrong choices in a row.
Right.
and
Yeah.
looking upon this room, just to confirm the things that we see on the map are there, but looking forward onto this altar that the altar between us and this guy chanting, there is like a staff there and what looks to be like a skull and some turns, maybe.
Absolutely. So now that the strangeness of what is happening with the giant statue and the guy talking is wearing off a little bit, your attention, as exactly as you notice, there are two sensors on either side emitting this foul looking green smoke. There is a scepter across the front and a charred skull on the altar. You are correct. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, 60 feet, huh?
Oh, we don't have the other guys on the map. I don't think we can control other people's players, so
Yeah, I can't move
Oh,
a
okay.
piece to myself.
Who's controlling Elwyn?
I am.
Oh, determined by character settings.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Okay. Well, I'll do that then.
Right.
Because I control everything.
Mhm.
So yeah, just tell me what you want me to do with them, and the world is your oyster.
Okay. So final ask: do we want to mess with the tiles in the other room to try and like disrupt this magic going on right now?
You want to do it so bad.
I want to have Ragnar smash these tiles.
I don't know. It might just piss him off immediately.
yeah, I don't have we established if like, the energy that's coming from that stuff is that slowing what this guy's doing or enhancing what this guy's doing.
Well, the energy.
Give me Arcana.
21.
21. It is with a 21. Now that you've seen what is happening here, is that this font of elemental power has been taken over, and it is trying to slowly but surely convert the elemental forces in this area, which will have the worst knock-on effects environmentally as everything like gets tainted, and with this necrotic proto-druidic dragonkin method of like work, like everything that you've, all the writings and things that you've found around here speaks to how like brutal society was, but as opposed to like like a druid that of today being like the balance of nature, these druids would be more like the law of nature, that it is not man's place to build cities, it is man's place to fight and survive, which is making sense with these sort of people like half converted into dragons, of like they are trying to achieve something more than what they are. Yeah. So basically like it would be like breaking power cables that have an insane amount of current going through. You could do it, but you need to be insulated. You need to make sure the thing you're using isn't conducting. You know what I mean? So that's the level of risk you're taking with just break. It's sort of like in movies when they're like, "Well, just pull the cord." It's like, well, you could do that, but you know, so
Yeah, I'm gonna say let's not break the tiles.
Okay. Uh, Catelyn's gonna say, "Do you want me to go steal that scepter?"
I mean, I kind of, but also we don't
I think
like
maybe we need. Yeah, I feel like we need to distract the guy first because you're gonna get right up next to him.
He's looking the other way.
Yeah, I mean you could try and steal something first, but then you'll be up close to him.
Yeah, that's true.
all right. So
you do got to get close to steal stuff. It's part of it.
Alternatively, Ragnar and I could try and get, like the rest of us could try and get this guy's attention, pull him away from the table, and then you could go try and steal the artifacts. Like you go hide before we start a fight.
Okay. Well, it seems like right now he doesn't know we're here. We need to just shoot him.
That too.
Maybe
But
you'll just die with one arrow, and then we're done.
I can't imagine this is the kind of guy that dies to one arrow.
He's definitely not giving me a one arrow vibe, too, at least.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'll prep a third.
Then I'll head up this way and like hide behind a sarcophagus.
Okay, go ahead and give me stealth, sir.
Stealth. Oh man, so bad today. 11.
Okay. There's no reaction.
Okay.
But you're hiding. Okay.
Okay. I think
I wa-
rag.
Arrange your just to help you guys with planning. Um, arrange yourself behind this midpoint in the room, and then as what your approach is to him, then let me know and we'll start resolving in order what happens. But you guys, as you're moving in slowly, you sort of figuring out that like you're not getting a reaction being on this side of the room.
Okay. I think Sal and probably Ragnar are just going to be kind of united front in how we move forward. But we're going to
Okay.
be over on the other side from Ketlin.
Okay, let me
Not
hear.
hiding, but basically we would be very visible where we are.
Are you walking on these tiles?
Um,
I mean, you have been, so there's no.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I think we kind of have to.
Okay. So and then where's everybody?
I think
They're coming.
Elwyn is going to kind of take cover over here.
Okay. So this guy's gonna turn around and see you guys like strategically aligned around him. All right.
Spread out at least.
Okay. As you and Sal cross this line, the chanting stops, and you see the figure sort of like notice, and like you hear him mutter, and he turns and looks and sees you and Sal.
Hey, I don't know what you're doing, but I don't like the looks of it. I'm gonna need to ask you to stop that.
Gosh, there's like his head quirks to the side and his hood falls back a little bit, and it reveals full dragonkin features, but it almost looks like they're exaggerated in a way of like as if someone got cosmetic surgery to become a dragonkin and was not one inherently. Um yeah, so turns around and cocks his head to the side, and there's like a look of incomprehension on his face, their face, I guess. How easy would it be, do you think, to be able to like see what gender a dragonkin is presenting as? Because I think that would be hard. So you see him not quite understand, and then like a glyph appears in his hand and he utters this word, and then all of a sudden his language transforms into common, and you guys are able to understand him.
Convenient.
Visitors.
Yeah. We're on a school project. We were told that there was a taint here. Seems like you are involved in the taint.
What is your name?
Sal.
And then he'll look at Ragnar, waiting for Ragnar. Like, what do I say? And he'll just look at each of you until you say your name.
And what's your name?
So he'll look
Does
at
he look at
Elwood.
me?
Yeah, that's what I was, so let me find out. Oh, actually, sorry, I forgot. I can just roll in here. But I just like physically rolling, but I also like it when you guys can see as well. So where's his goddamn? Yeah. So he looks, and then he'll look directly at you, Kevin.
Just wait for a little bit and then like slowly stand up. Like, Catelyn.
Are you trying to cover at all that you were hiding, or are you like where you're like, yeah, this is good.
I think it's
This is good stone.
more of just a like, well, you got me.
Okay. Absolutely. And he'll incline his head as he gets each of your names. And it's like, I am called Cassius Oakenshield, the Drakthar of this temple. What year is it? Or
Well,
do you guys
go-
volunteer the current year?
yes.
It is
I was
current
trying to-
year.
It is current year.
Well, so he's so you guys know cycles, and he asked what year is it?
No.
Because if I'm going to take the time to make a calendar for this world, then we're gonna use it. But yeah, but it would be a linguistic difference of like he would like comprehend like the spell he cast, it translates his words to make them actually, you know what? Oh shit, let's back that up. He would ask for cycles because the spell actually would change the word to what you knew it as. Never mind. Stand correct. Okay.
State that it's been a long time since this was a functional temple, and the rest of it has been left in ruin.
And you'll see him, he'll look at his hands with like this like dawning like what the and you look like as his robes fall back, he is like fully emaciated, like he is a skin and bones dragonkin or whatever he is. And he's like, no, too slow, and he's getting agitated.
Too slow
What
for
year
what?
is it for you? What cycle? How long have you been here?
Older than the magic that runs this world must be corrected.
What is your purpose here?
Purpose, yes, purpose. Holy purpose. Cleanse this magical world. Assist me, you will.
To cleanse the taint? Yeah, that's why we're here.
Cleansed it shall be. And he reaches and grabs the scepter off of the top of the altar and points it at the orb that the statue is holding. And you feel this surge of necrotic energy coming through the channel. It was go ahead and give me Arcana check, everybody. I want to see if you can just parse what happened real quick. Arcana 11. Okay.
20.
Oh, is that it's not dirty 20. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, dirty 20. You see what happened is that he initiated a spell that caused him to chant to draw in the energy. Something must have happened, and in those other two rooms you saw what happened is that the temple sort of like quasi collapsed and couldn't like supply the mana for this temple anymore, so it dramatically slowed the process of what they were doing, but it didn't stop it entirely. So now what we have is this guy chanting for years and years and years to pull in this mana from the world around, but it has since stopped because the temple has collapsed. So it's basically a trickle at this point. That's why it's slowly poisoning everything around it. What he has done now is just like gone fuck it and accelerated the entire fucking thing of like, okay, we don't need to do this slow and careful anymore. We're gonna go quick.
All right, we got to stop him.
Whoa, buddy, come on now. And then I think I just like rush up to the table.
All right, we can roll initiative.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
We're not necessarily jumping into combat. We're just going to resolve what happens in order so that we can know. And it's not adding to the turn order.
No, it's not.
How do I can add though, right?
if you select everyone, you can like click and drag and select everyone and then hit
Oh,
Control
right.
U. It will add everyone all at once.
I can't seem to roll initiative
Oh,
for Ragnar.
There it is.
you can do it manually if you want.
Scotland got a 13. And
Oh, let me do it this way.
oh. Huh.
Okay.
Ellen got a natural 20 on his initiative. Good for
Hey,
him.
all we needed was him not to be here.
And Ragnar has a 13 because he has a +1.
Sorry, Elwin got 20.
Didn't Elwin get a 22 if he rolled a
22?
Yeah, Ellen got a 22.
22. And then, sorry, what was I've completely scattered. Caitlin, what'd you get?
13. Got it already.
And then Ragnar, what did
Ragnar has a 13 as well.
he get? 13 as well. Orez,
5.
5. And then Elwin was the 20.
Yeah,
Sal?
22 for Ellen.
Sal was also a 5.
Okay, 5. And then let's see if I can do him as, because I had to completely come out and come back in. Yeah, it took him. Do you know what we should do though? Is we should test it to see if you add to the turn order and then roll initiative, if that will do it.
Mm.
Okay. And then let's sort by. Okay, so Elwin's actually gonna go first.
Okay. What is Elwin going to do? I feel like Elwin would probably just attack, right? That sounds like something that he would do.
Yeah. You know Elwin, just attacking left, right, and center.
Yeah. I think that, man, that's a big start. Ellen's going to cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay.
18 to hit.
18 is going to hit.
Nice. 16 damage.
Nice.
Holy shit.
Radiant damage if it matters.
It do.
And then the next attack roll is made with advantage.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Before the end of my next turn, thanks to the mystical dim light glittering on the target. So
Okay.
whoever attacks next has advantage.
Also, just a quick friendly reminder that when rolling attack, please add the its standard bless additions.
Right.
Oh, right, we're blessed.
I wasn't going to remind anyone.
So is that a +4? Plus D4?
1d4, yeah.
Yeah.
But you hit, so.
Yeah.
And then, actually, you know what? Let's do this. I think I can. Is there? I feel like there's a way to just put it in there so you guys can see it. Can someone drop the blessed verbiage in the? I feel like there's a way to just share it in the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, here you go. There. Oh, does that only go to the GM? That's why. Okay.
I see it.
I can see it.
Yeah, that's for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I am the GM.
Yep. That's not a whisper. That's the GM talking.
Ooh, okay. Like why? Oh, Lord. Lord have mercy. Okay. So yes, so that is that. Anything? Yeah, Elwin's done. Elwin moving at all?
Yes, Elwin is going to. I can't move Elwin. He's just going to try and get some cover behind this thing.
Okay. Definitely won't backfire. The the Cassius Oakenshield is pulling necrotic energy, pushing necrotic energy into the orb, and you see the orb itself cracks, and coming out of this orb spills forth this like it's like full ichor and like oozing this liquid that has been with these gross cockatrices and everything like the orb was not an orb, it was an egg, and this necrotic dragon wormling falls out and lands right in front of the altar itself. Let me go ahead and just move this to the layer. Ba-boom. And now you get to deal with it.
What's it look like?
Um it looks like a half form fever dream of what a dragon should be. It's none of its proportions are right because whatever he did, like they did not finish their plan from however long ago. So he just said, "We'll go with what we got," and this is what kept. So it's like the head's too big, the like ridges are like bone, like a bone, and not like hardened into like spikes yet. So you've basically got like a malformed baby dragon.
Right?
Hmm. Same thing happens every time you try and microwave a burrito. It's frozen in the center. It's way too hot on the outside.
Yep.
It's terrible. It's just terrible.
Splitting at the
I know.
seams. It's more of a dragger walkie.
But now let's see if this initiative works. Yeah, it added him. Weird.
Weird.
Okay. That is his. Oh, and then for his bonus action, he's going to gesture, and the canters that are on either side that are doing the smoke. The smoke forms this like haze in front of him, making him like basically creating a smoke screen in front of him, making impossible to target, but like hard to see. But it's not quite dark. It's not darkness, but it's having that effect. Um, of that you can't target him unless you stop it. And that is now Ragnar's turn.
Okay. Did it look like he was still casting stuff with the orb, like putting magic into the orb when the dragon came out, or like he stopped that when the
So
dragon popped
the
out?
orb is gone now. Yeah, the
Oh,
orb
okay.
was not. The orb was an egg.
Okay.
So whatever was happening, and then an ominous rumble, classic ruinous temple, happens, and you guys get the sense of like the magic that was holding this place together is gone. And the tiles are starting to crack and everything. That's yep.
Okay. Ragnar, he sees this dragon thing and he knows what to do with it. He's just gonna run right up to it and swing his hammer at it.
Okay.
Okay. I do Warhammer attack.
I think. Do I have to do that? Or oh no, never mind. 'Cause
Okay.
11 is not gonna hit.
11's not gonna hit. Oh, but he has the D4. Guessing that's not gonna work. What does a 12 hit?
It does not.
No? Okay.
Nope.
Then bonus action unarmed strike.
Yeah, he comes in and swings his hammer at this, but this like it's all gangly and moving weird. So he's like having a hard time, like trying to like stop moving around.
Mhm.
Okay, and then unarmed strike.
It doesn't want me to roll it. I'll roll in here then. Okay. It's gonna be a D20 plus 4 is only a 9. So nope.
Yep, that's gonna miss as well.
Cool.
Okay, Ketlin's turn.
Okay. So Elwyn had guiding bolted this dude.
Yeah,
Does his magic obscure him anyway?
he's obscured, but he's basically imposing disadvantage on somebody getting advantage. So you'd roll the attack flat.
Okay. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Instead, Catelyn is just going to shortbow the dragon.
Okay. Go
Um,
ahead.
That is a bad roll. 8 to hit.
Yeah.
Yep. It's
Yeah.
pretty
Oh
bad.
no, that's it is. I agree. It's bad. Yeah.
Yep.
No. So your shot like tinks off a piece of shell that's still on him.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Then I am going to. Yeah, I think just move a little bit farther back and hide
Okay. Go ahead and give
with
me
my
stealth.
bonus action. 14.
Okay. I'll let you. Do you want to reposition because you're crouched under a torch, or you're hiding behind the sarcophagus?
Yeah. I'm just
Oh,
trying to
okay.
break line of sight.
Then yeah, you're fine. For
Okay.
whatever reason, I didn't realize that thing was blocking. But yeah, you are hidden from view.
Okay.
Perfect.
Now it's my turn.
Okay, Dirk. Do you did you guys want Dirk to do range support or um jump in?
He seemed good with the range support before, as I remember.
I mean, he's basically got s- um a longsword and a crossbow. So it's
He seemed to do a pretty good job last time of staying ranged and moving closer when the need arose for it. So
strategize him as you see fit, but he will make his attack. 13 ain't gonna do it. He's gonna take a shot. Bonus action. You know what? He's gonna come. He's gonna hide as well. That's what he's gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, but he doesn't get. He's gonna go for cover, not for hiding, because he does not have. He can't do that as a bonus. Okay, that's basically his turn. Actually, uh, Billy Boy's gonna is under the frightened condition right now. Let's go ahead and give him a save. You can do it. Next time. All right, Sal.
I Sal's gonna run up to the other side of the dragon, but like next to the table. Um, would it take a full action to just try and like shove off one of those crystals that was spewing dark energy? If I just try and shove it off the table?
Yes.
Okay, so that's a free action or full action to do?
That's it would be an action.
It'd be a
It would
full
be like a
action.
show. Well, yeah, you guys don't have multi attack yet. So yeah, it'd be one. It'd be your action essentially.
Okay. Okay.
Or bonus action. I'd let you do that. You like a shove. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do a bonus action if I can use it that way to just try and like knock it off the table.
Okay. So you're going around not to get within his threatened area.
I'm going up to the space between like the table and the dragon. So like
see.
where I am right now, I think is kind of the square that would line up with it. Or
Okay, yeah, I'll put you right there then,
okay,
just for my cognizance.
cool.
Cool. So you are in between the dragon and the altar, and you are gonna shove this cantor off the altar.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and give me attack roll, unarmed attack.
Okay.
Actually, sorry. Oh wait, you're not attacking; you're just shoving.
Yeah.
Then it would just it's an object, so you have a 100% chance to hit. Okay, yeah, you just send it. Go ahead and roll a d4, and if you roll a 4, it's gonna crack the crystal because of the way
Okay.
you shoved it off. But if not, it's just gonna move.
Cool. D4. 2.
Okay, so yeah, so you knock it off and it rolls a little bit, but it's still spewing smoke that he is pulling towards. So you'd have to attack it. It looks like.
Okay. Um then yeah, I'll just attack the crystal. Sure.
Oh, okay. So just roll damage then, because you have 100%
Okay.
chance of hitting inanimate objects.
Uh 6.
Okay, yeah. So you crack this crystal, and explosion of this necrotic like fog goes out. Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Which you're paladin, you'll be fine.
Don't say that.
Nat one.
Why doesn't it just want to roll?
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Yeah, it's like my saving throws don't want to hit. Okay, well, I'm just
Mhm.
going to roll the d20 then in here. It's also only a +1, but a 19.
Nice.
19. Okay, yeah. So this, you kind of expected it. So you crack this crystal open and it bursts, and you were already covering your mouth and nose. So none of it gets in your body, and you don't. But it does disperse the obscuring veil around Cassius, so he no longer is imposing disadvantage on his attacks.
Okay.
Yep.
That's my whole turn.
All right, Orez.
Okay, Auras is going to run up to the side that Dirk and Ketlin are on, which is right, but the dragon's left. And once I get up to there in position, I'm going to look to Ragnar and Saul, and I'm actually going to use, I just wave my arms around a little bit and then claps my holy symbol and tell them, together you can fight as one, and I'll use an emboldening bond on them. So they also will get a once per turn added d4 to attack roll, ability check, or saving throws.
Nice.
So now 2d4.
Yep.
Total.
Nice.
And that will be my my turn for now.
Don't worry, I planned for that. uh, no, it is good to stack. All right, so this creature is gonna go it is got this insane. It's like the pain of being alive has already driven it crazy, and it's going to fully just try to bite Ragnar.
Then I'm going to use Sentinel reaction.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. And it's 18 hit.
18 hits.
Nice.
Okay.
But
it's...
don't forget, you're double blessed.
Oh, that's true.
So 2d4 on that.
+1,
It already hit, right?
+2.
But it already hit, and I shouldn't have said anything. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you don't have to necessarily use it on the attack roll. You can use it for saving throws as well. So just
That's true. Okay. Then yeah. Okay.
So,
So
1d4. Yeah, you didn't use it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
roll damage for
Yes,
it.
please. Yeah.
That's gonna be 6. And then I'm also, because this thing looks like holy stuff would hurt it, I'm gonna throw a divine smite on this. So
Okay.
that's 2d8. Let me just roll that in here. 2d8. 9 more damage.
Nice. Yeah, so you get 2 big hits on it as it lunges for Ragnar.
Nice.
Okay.
And did I get a sense that the smite damage did anything special? Because it was like
Not
divine damage.
overly so, but it's radiant damage.
Oh yeah.
The not overly so, but it definitely had it definitely hurt.
Okay.
Oh no, this thing's gonna fall. This thing's gonna fall. Don't fall. Don't fucking fall. Okay, good. So he bites Ragnar.
sorry, what just happened?
This my cord Velcro thing popped off, and the cord's almost like made the hugest clatter onto the keyboard, but I caught it and I was like, don't fall, don't fall. And then it didn't. Does an 11 hit?
Does it hit Ragnar? No.
Okay. Then for his Nope, that's it. For his bonus action, he will shove. And his muscles are completely uncoordinated. He's not doing good. His turn was a waste. We go back to Elwin.
Yeah, he is going to Eldritch Blast.
Play the
The
same song.
yep, this dude with advantage.
Advantage and blessing. Just the one blessing now.
Right. So that's an 11 to hit plus 1d4. Hold on. 14 to hit.
A 14. Oh wait, it's the other guy. 14 hits.
That's it. Yes. 1d10 plus 2 damage.
You weren't supposed to be able to target him.
3 damage. 3 whole damage.
What kind of damage?
Eldritch Blast. I'm not sure.
Force. Okay. It's force.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. You clip him on the shoulder and he growls in response.
And Elwin's going to duck down again and try and get cover.
Okay. I'll give you a partial. Okay. He's going to assess the room. And cast this. So he holds up his scepter and this veil of necrotic energy this veil of necrotic energy like fans out across the room, and he just utters, he's like, all must die. And how many do I get? 6. Okay, so I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. I get what? 3 1d8 5d8. Okay, perfect.
Sorry, 5d8
for mass cure wounds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's better.
Oh no.
Hey, sending some mixed signals there with mass cure wounds and saying all must die.
Yeah, well, because it's necrotic, so it's technically poison. It would be poison to you guys. This is just the mechanic I based it on. Sorry, 1 second while I do this.
That's what I was worried about.
So he is going to, and then, oh, wrong layer. Okay, so they each got so it took, well, they got what they got. He burned that. Damn, I wanted more. Well, that's all I could get, so that's what he gets. That's his entire turn. Is reviving them.
Or skeletons wake up? What are they?
Right. So that's his turn. I was just reading one more thing. Great. So this veil of necrotic energy like pulses out through the room, but you see that the cracks that have formed like cause it to stutter just a little bit. So it doesn't actually permeate as far as probably what was intended based on the number of actual coffins in this room. But the 4 that are closest to the far wall, their lids begin to shift and move, and these creatures start crawling out of them, and they're just skeletons. They aren't giving off like a huge threat, but it's more just they're 4 out of 14 just woke up. So But the spell took his entire turn, and you're not getting the vibe. Well, I'll let you guys decide what to do with your turns. I'm not giving you free information anymore. It's Ragnar's turn.
Okay. Um, I think we gotta get rid of the magic guy. So, yeah, I don't know. Somebody's gonna shout to Ragnar, "Hey, we need to stop that dude." And he's gonna spend a key point to do Step of the Wind, so he can disengage as a bonus action.
Mhm.
And basically just do all that to. I think he has enough movement if he disengages like down and then walks
Well,
around to get to the other guy.
I'll say he goes straight because like he'll like juke the wormling, roll over him, and like be at the guy, like ready for a make it like a sick air acrobatic move that he
Yeah,
goes over this wormling for, and then is able to slide under the altar and then like come up and like hit him with his hammer.
yeah.
Well, let's
All
see
right.
if the hit actually lands first before we decide how cool it looks.
Does all that, does some cool kung fu moves, and then swings his hammer.
Drips.
Uh, did that roll? It did.
So D4 2.
14 plus 3, so 17. Is that enough?
17 hits. Yep.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
then it looks like it rolled damage already for you.
Yeah, it looks
So
like
seven damage to this guy.
nice
Was he attacking with his
hammer. Yeah.
hand?
Yeah,
Hmm,
because he holds it two-handed.
got it. Okay, I see.
Cool. And then your bonus action was used already. So,
Yep.
Ketlin.
Okay. Bonus action. Wait, did I hide already? I already hid.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna shoot the dude.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to shoot the dude. With a natural 20.
Oh, you might. Okay. Yeah. I wish I could tell. Do you guys have the Twitch stream up?
Yep.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Are you kidding me?
What?
Okay, my track. This is dumb. This is just a technology thing. I have my Mac here
Yep.
and my iPad running the Twitch because I don't have multiple monitors.
Right.
But my trackpad is doing the cursor on my Mac, and then I just tried to drag it over as opposed to using the iPad as if the iPad was a second screen, and the
Mhm.
cursor jumped over. So now I am Bluetooth trackpad to my iPad.
They can do that. Yeah.
Fancy.
I didn't know that. I just instinctively dragged it over and it appeared, and it was so crazy. But so my question is, do you guys have the Twitch stream? Oh yeah, you can see the chat. I was gonna tell the chat how much HP this guy has, so you guys don't know, but they know. But there's no way to do that, I don't think.
I could
Uh,
just not look at it at the chat.
I'm gonna look.
Okay, roll.
See,
Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll.
I am looking at the chat
So
right
the
now
way we're
just to try
doing
and get rid of the spam that's showing up in the chat.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah.
So the way we're doing crits is full damage or full dice damage plus the roll, right?
Right.
Okay. So I do this 1d6 piercing. So that's 8 plus sneak attack, which doesn't roll because it hates me, plus another 1. So that's a d6. So that's 12 damage plus 9 damage.
20 minus 21. Holy shit. At second level. Okay. This is why one of my favorites is always this type of rogue. Okay. Absolutely huge hit. So this whole craziness in this first round and the orb cracking up, as like that kind of craziness has settled, you're able to dive down behind this coffin, like catch your breath, and then like pop up and like do that like moment of stillness as you go, yeah, I got this shot. And you just full on like through one of his eyes, arrow goes in, and he lets out this scream of rage that like everyone has to like cover their ears for a second. And he is murderously fixed on you now. So that could be fun.
Bonus action hide.
Go ahead and give me a stealth check. 17. Since he's looking right at you, I'm gonna make this opposed.
Okay.
Does he have disadvantage because one eye has an arrow in it?
He can see with more than eyes.
Oh.
What else can he see with?
His taint.
Oh, that's the taint we're cleansing.
Okay. He looks in like you duck down behind the coffin, and he's like, no. I'm not where I was.
I don't have object permanence.
Exactly. Because one of my eyes is gone, and I can't see the right thing. Okay. Dirk's gonna also pop out and fire a crossbow at dude. Let's just use this as for the roll. Okay, dirty 20 hits. So let's go ahead and damage. Oh shit. Okay, yeah, he's looking real bad. Looking real bad. Okay. The Billy. Okay, yeah, go ahead and unless he's still frightened, let's go ahead and 14 fails. Poor Billy. Sal is gonna. It's your turn.
Okay, I kind of want to run over and just kill this guy, but then I get an opportunity attack on me. I think it might be worth it, right? Yeah, I'll just. Yeah, I'm gonna try and move over towards the guy, so I assume the dragon gets opportunity attack. Okay.
Attack of opportunity. So that so the worm, this nascent wormling senses that you're moving and like snaps at you for 17.
17 is not enough.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to die. Its movements are too like uncoordinated as it was born less than a minute ago. And it doesn't grab you. You're able to approach and attack this guy.
Okay. Do another sword swing. Okay. Be good.
Finish him off.
22
Nice.
before any other bonuses.
It's a
So
miss. Yeah. No, yeah, go ahead and describe what happens.
I think he's just like so fixated on Ketlin and like just like so focused and enraged that he doesn't even notice as I just come up and like swing my sword behind him and cut his head off.
Okay. Yeah, full decapitation, like gets cut off in this like disgusting gurgle noise, and his head rolls to the ground, dropping the scepter. And he is dead. There is a moment as a flash of light when the scepter hits the ground that it vanishes and appears back on the altar. Okay. Anything else in your turn, sir?
I think. Oh, should I just grab the scepter? Nah, my hands are full of sword and shield. Not much else. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I can do right now. So that's all.
Okay. Orez.
So Orez sees all these skeletons now, or these zombie skelly dealies popping out, and he's having a weird flashbacks to all the ones that the dangerous situation they were in not that long ago, and just turns to the one closest to him and is going to cast Sacred Flame, which is a dex save for that thing.
Yep. It says, where did it go? Oh no.
Be cleansed and back at peace.
Oh. It's sweet. Dex, 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 Dex.
14's the number to beat.
6. This is the one you're targeting here. So you're
the
targeting the one
one-
on the right side closest to you.
Yes, and it's going
Okay.
to take 8 radiant damage.
Okay. You see, you damn near one-shot this thing. As this cleansing radiant energy like wipes out the necrotic influence that's in it. But it is still up.
Okay, but that'll actually I'll move just a step closer and end there.
Okay. As you are the closest to this thing, it will lash out at you for. Does a 13 hit?
Does not.
Good.
After casting the sacred flame, I duck down, pop the shield over my head.
All right. Yeah, so it overshoots you, misses. Let's see what I get. Nothing? Stupid.
You'll get nothing and you'll like it.
I rolled for one of the zombies. That was not the right creature. My mistake. Let's roll this for real this time. Or wait, no, let's see. That's the roll. Let me add the right modifier. So I don't want to redo the roll. That feels
Yeah,
but it
that
added
seems
the wrong.
not fair.
Yeah. So it was 1d20 plus 2 got 13, which is an 11. So it would have added. So would a 16 have hit?
Would not.
Okay, then it is what it is. It's going to then turn around and use its only special ability because its master died. I need a cone, and I need it to look like perfect. Okay,
And breathe.
I need Ragnar and Sal to make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw, please. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, that's right. The saving throws aren't working for me right now. So first one will be for Sal. So 16.
It's pass.
And second one for Ragnar. Oof. Only a 4.
Okay, that is a fail. So okay, so Ragnar is going to take 13 fire damage.
Oh, I can't actually edit his HP. Okay. But he is down.
Okay. And then you're gonna take 6 fire damage.
Okay.
Real awkward if we killed his character when he wasn't here.
I know.
That's what happens.
We couldn't
Yep.
tell you that we didn't want you to play with us anymore, but we don't want you to play with us anymore.
Fortunately, there are
Oh,
no
that's-
backup characters.
Completely untrue.
It's not
That's
that we
like
don't want
every-
you. We've decided Ragnar needs to be replaced. Apparently.
That would be such a passive aggressive way of making somebody change their character.
It would.
Just like, oh my god. I'm sure it's happened. Okay. Elwin's turn now.
Elwin is going to. I mean, he's a warlock. He's gonna Eldritch Blast a thing because that's what he does. +4 to hit. What? There we go. 23 to hit.
23 hits.
Good. 1d10 plus 2. That is 4 damage.
Woo! Putting up the numbers.
Yep. Just gonna take down a dragon one hit at a time. And then he's
One.
gonna move away from those skeletons because that's not cool. And gonna head like somewhere over here.
Okay. Let's see. Okay.
That's his turn.
Ragnar is going to whisper. If you could whisper death saving throw to me, please.
Ooh, yes. How do I whisper on here?
That's a good question. I'd love to be able to tell you, but I
Mm,
don't know.
mm.
Uh,
I'm just gonna roll one
no, I got it.
myself, and I'll send you the thing on Discord.
What does he add? I'll just do it.
What do you add?
Saves don't add anything.
Yeah, I didn't think
Oh.
they did.
I knew that.
Just adds his plucky attitude.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, and then Ketlin.
Okay. Catelyn's hidden. She's going to take a shot at the dragon
Okay.
because the dude she was trying to sneak attack is dead. Oh, that's bad. 9 to hit.
A 9 is not going to hit. Yeah.
Well, that's lame. She's gonna hide again.
Okay. Let's go ahead and go ahead and give me your stealth. 22,
22.
you vanish. Let's go ahead and before we wrap up this combat, we're a little bit past break time. I was wondering if we were gonna be able to. Do you guys want to push through combat and then break, or do you want to break now, finish combat, and then?
I think this combat's still gonna take a while, so might as well
Yeah.
just take a break now.
Yeah, grinding. Yeah, it's gonna be. I don't know. This Wormling's got a couple tricks up his sleeve. So yeah, let's take a break.
Yeah.
It is not a foregone conclusion that you got it. So
Yeah.
let's just 10. Do we need 10, 15? What do you guys want?
Sure.
10's fine.
Okay. Yeah, quick tenor. And we'll be back to the exciting conclusion of cleansing the taint, ADHD&D style. I've been your dungeon master, Stephen Kerrigan.
Are you doing an outro for
No.
intermission?
I was waiting for someone to go, what the fuck do you think you're doing?
I guess it makes sense for the videos when we post them on YouTube because we just kind of end them.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
we always
so-
say intermission and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jason and I, we're gonna record when we get the audio up, which is our next big step, next big phase, I guess. Yeah. Okay. So let's take 10, or 13, just so we come back at a even number.
13.
Okay.
All right. At the
So-
half hour mark.
I
All right.
see it at 3:30.
Sounds good.